Wade in net. Wade on the season, 9-3 in 14 appearances. 2.28 goals against, a .908 save percentage, has one shutout this year. As teams are ready here at center ice, the officials have gathered. And we are set to get this one going here on a cold day in Edmonton. Really cold weekend. And it'll be Aiden McIntosh on the draw here for Calgary. Carter Yavis for Edmonton, and we are underway as it's into the Calgary zone. Quickly behind the net to get it is Curry. He'll roll that around the boards. Sullivan there for Calgary, can't get it out. He's stopped by Miller Hughes and now pushed ahead by the Stallions to center ice. Back there is Bozon. Out to center. Yavis looking forward there. It's flung deep in the Calgary end, and here comes the forecheck from Edmonton. Preston looking forward there. It's turned over. Yavis towards the front of the goal. He gets knocked off the puck, and Calgary, three of them away through neutral ice. Here's a cross-ice feed. And that'll be poked in the zone by Lynch, trying to work that right wing side. LeKelt, though, gets back defensively. She stops that. Puck towards the blue line. Chance for Edmonton to clear. They're going to start a change here as they'll get to center ice and flip that one in deep. 50 seconds into this first frame. DeFlamurray turns it over. Here's a chance. Poke check neatly, though, that time dancing in was Voss. And out comes Calgary to center ice. Ismail driving wide. He gets stood up. Edmonton gets it to the line. That's broken up. And now the other way. Little lead feed. Voss go the right wing side. Edmonton on the attack into the corner. Trying to get that puck towards the front of the net. Can't do it. And the Stallions, Hemsing, able to roll it up the boards to the line. Not out. Second effort. Now some room to skate for the Stallions team. They'll play that to center ice where it's golfed at there by Gajos. And back deep now. Calgary is Marks. Wheeling in his own zone. He'll fire it up the right wing or left wing side to center. Or it's turned and chopped in deep by McVeigh. And the Stallions will change all five as we are minute 45 into this first frame. Edmonton, Fedork, center ice, or Forster, excuse me. And now Calgary D-to-D in their own end as Curry outlets a long lead pass. It's broken up there by Schmidt. He'll just roll that one in deep. And that's just handled easily there by Lutz. Battle for that loose puck. Stallions up with it. To the board, little chip out to center ice, just though out of the reach of Cameron Slater. And it's right back in. Now Slater to the line, can't get it out. It's held in. Rolled towards the front of the goal, battling for it there. Stallions up with a good forecheck here, though, by Edmonton, keeping that puck alive in the offensive zone. Kerr back towards the point. Stallions out with it, though, to center ice. And that'll be just onside as it's rolled into the goaltender, and diving on it there is Wade with that long offering from just inside the blue line. That was Cameron Slater moving his way in, a West Kelowna product on this Calgary Stallions team. Now McIntosh on the draw once again. Sullivan poised behind him, but the draw won by Edmonton. They'll rifle it around their own zone. Miller Hughes will chop at it out to center. JT Preston trying to work that right wing side. He gets stood up, puck in behind the goal. Nice follow by Edmonton. And Calgary up with it. They'll rattle it around near side towards the line. Bozon pinches down, keeps it in. Still loose. Stallions Lynch looking for it. Chops it to center ice where it's grabbed by Sullivan. Back for Lynch, right wing side into the zone. Has some room. He'll walk in. Bad angle shot to the midsection of the goaltender. Save rebound cleared away from the front of the net. Frostad has some room. Left wing to center across the blue line. Leads it in for Preston. Steps a shot. It's blocker to side. Miller Hughes ties up. Big collision along the boards. That allows room for Yavis to dance in. His shot gobbled up by Lutz. And he'll hang on. 3:27 in. Scoreless first period here. Shots two apiece in the early going. And that draw deep to the left of the Calgary goaltender. Draw controlled by Edmonton. Back to the line. It's fired into an open wing. Around behind the goal. Curry trying to get there. But LeKelt hovering at the blue line. Puck doesn't come to her. Well, now collision along the end boards. Penalty coming here to Curry. Be our first penalty of the game. Calgary can't touch it. There goes the Edmonton netminder. Finally touched on by the Stallions as Hemsing grabs it. But this will send Edmonton to the game's first power play. At 3:51. As Curry will head off. And that Edmonton man advantage will go to work here. Markle on the draw. Scrambled. Looking for it. Markle chops it in below the goal line. Now on the forecheck. Has some help along the boards there. It's Ryland Johnson with him. Stallions will find it. And it's out and down. Wade will set it up. Avery Tanner. Up the middle. Has options either side. Little backhand sauce for Frostad. Left wing, top of the circle, along the side wall, down deep in the corner now. Binders on, looking towards the blue line. He'll float it back. Rolling puck kept in. In deep now along the boards, Kerr. Back to line again. One-time blast from the point. That one's kicked away. Kerr gets his rebound. Frostad waiting for it. Kerr trying to feed it to him. That pass is interrupted to the line. Stallions trying to get it out. Wanted a call, none coming. Puck goes across. That's broken up. Here's a chance to chop this one away as Morset to the line, and it just hops through the defender out to neutral. Frostad regroups with a minute 5 to go in the man advantage. Through the middle, that's chipped ahead, and here comes HC Edmonton's Paquette. He gets drilled along the boards. Ben McBay. Looking for it. Now a battle down low is on the outside, gets back to the line. 40 to go in the power play here for Edmonton. Dish back. Here's a chance. There's a shot fired, doesn't get through. Puck bounces to the left wing side. Edmonton regrouping, working it around the outside of the zone. Schmidt goes D to D. There's a long pass into the zone. Here's a chance. Good blocker save. Puck's loose. They bang away at it at the top of the crease. Still loose. Looking for it. Edmonton. They find it. Back to the line now slowly. Good possession here for HC Edmonton. McDougall cross ice. That's in the skates of a defender. As that hits Ben McVeigh. Now goes back up top. Dished in there by Forster. There's a shot kicked away by Lutz, and that rebound will take it all the way back to neutral ice. 5 seconds to go to man advantage. Forster right back in. Top of the circle, cuts to the middle, turns and fires. It's stopped by Lutz. And he'll dive on it, or Lutz, as Curry steps out of the box. 5:53 into this first period. Still looking for the game's first goal. And this draw will be deep in the Calgary zone. Looks like to Lutz's right. Now it's chopped down low. Preston looking for it there. On the outside, sifts it back to the line. LeKelt back for Preston, just out of his reach. It's going to bounce down to the corner. Hughes fires it in front. That's broken up. Looking back for Rayleigh Bozon. Now, this is dumped in deep. LeKelt back to collect. She'll just reverse it. Along that side boards, Yavis trying to get it out as now the Stallions go to work on the forecheck in the offensive zone. Shot 6-2 in favor of Edmonton. Back to the point. Curry delays, snaps a wrister. That's blocked. Now the puck sent ahead. Curry's going to scamper back. I don't think this will have enough. Nope, they're going to wave off the ice. And Curry, instead of going with the puck, engages with Yavis. Ties him up, knocks him down. Now the puck's collected here by the Stallions, and they'll just go off the glass and out. Wood looking for it. More set. There's a long shot. LUTZ the save, and he'll just dive on that and hang on as Colton LUTZ able to get under the whistle here with 6:57 gone in this first frame. Shots now 7-2 in favor of HC Edmonton. Lucas Markle on the draw. Paquette behind him now. Drifting over is Case and Kerr. Tried to go forward, did Markle. It's broken up. Stallions on it. Reverse back in their own zone. Penalty coming here to HC Edmonton. This can be hit from behind along the boards. Touched on, and Calgary will get their first power play of the game as Markle heads off. Hit from behind for Markle. At 7:07, we'll send the Stallions to their first power play. Looking to open the scoring in this one. Officials speaking at the Calgary bench. Looks like McBay will take he's out there, not going to take the draw. It'll be Evan Lynch on it. And McBay goes back to the point. They set things up. McIntosh right side. Instead, it's at the far point. Ismail across. McIntosh. Lynch, left circle. One-time blast from the line that's blocked. Bouncing puck goes wide of the net. Now McIntosh trying to keep it in along the boards. Chance for Edmonton to clear. It's swung on but not out. Voss looking for it. McIntosh holds in. Sends that across. DeFleury gets the return. Left side with McIntosh. Dishes off. Lynch from the dot. That shot bounces towards the front of the goal. It's collected by Edmonton and ripped out and down with 40 seconds gone on the man advantage. LUTZ way out to play it. He'll reverse behind his goal, and DeFleury will set things up. Oliver DeFleury, lead feed. McIntosh, center ice with some speed, gains the blue line. Left wing side, cuts around one man into the corner. Binders on, looking back up top. Lynch for Curry. Center of the blue line, back to Lynch. Crowd gathers in front. Lynch for McIntosh, right point. Back to Curry, center of the blue, dishes off. Lynch walks in, dot the dot. That shot blocked, comes back towards the line. McIntosh slows it down, diving to make the play to get it out. Good job there by HC Edmonton. They'll get that puck out and get a change, as that was Rylan Johnson making that play. And now Edmonton gets it out and down. 30 to go in Calgary's power play, still sitting with a scoreless hockey game. Pass kind of tied up Declan Marks a little bit. He's able to turn it back, though, and pick up speed. Right wing out of his own zone to center. Marks trying to dance through and does gain the blue line. Still with it. Drags and shoots. It's blocked and an easy clear for Edmonton as it's bounced off the board by Carter Yavis. Now to the Edmonton line. Forster can't find it, but then it's out and down by Yavis. This will be touched by a high stick. This is going to cause a face-off in the Calgary zone here when it's touched on, and is. And the power plays come to an end. So we're 9-10 into a scoreless first frame. No shots on that power play for the Stallions. Now it's the draw to the right of the goaltender. Comes right back to LUTZ, who directs it behind the goal. Trigger there to try to clear it out towards the line. Another penalty coming here. I think it's going to be HC Edmonton again. There's a shot ripped high and wide, and it is. It's going to be another possible check from behind here, I believe, by HC Edmonton. Will send Calgary right back to the power play. And Lucas Markle heads off once again. So back-to-back shifts. We'll call that one cross-checking. So the Stallions get their second man advantage of this game already. Right back to it. They'll win the draw here. Jacob Gajos. The puck, though, swept out and down by Edmonton. And that'll send Declan Marks back to get it. Here's Marks. Rips it across. Sent in deep by Morissette. Left behind the goal, but quickly Gajos makes the play to get there. Now Calgary has a chance to set things up. Morissette. Behind the net, comes back up top. Marks, right point. We'll roll that one down the wall to the corner. Gajos working around behind the goal on his backhand. Uses that size to defend the puck. Back up top. There's a long shot through traffic. Doesn't make it through as it's blocked, and it comes all the way out to neutral ice. And that'll mean Caden Hemsing has to hurry. Lead feed into the tape of Gajos, or skates, kicks it down. Hemsing backing up. Minute 5 to go in the man advantage here for the Stallions. Scoreless game. Marks dances across the blue line. Directed to the wall by McDougall. Missed him with the check, but Edmonton finds the puck, and they'll sweep it out and down as Trigger has to race back. Here is James Trigger, parked behind his goal as his teammates are changing. McIntosh now with him. McDougall on the forecheck. McIntosh goes across, pass just in behind Lynch a little bit, but he'll recover. Now he loses the handle. Short-handed chance for Voss. He'll move in, but nowhere to go as Calgary got back neatly. Voss able to turn it in deep. 28 to go in the man advantage. McDougall around behind the net on his backhand. Now nice little move. McDougall dances in front. Still with it. He's poke check. Comes back to the line. LeCelt reaches. She'll keep it in. Right down the boards for McDougall. Out of his reach. And now Calgary able to fire one out to center ice. That's broken up. Good read by Forster, and Voss will turn it ahead. Forster gains the blue line, floats it in front. Here's a chance and a goal. They score! Brock McDougall is sent in alone, lifts it over the shoulder. It's 1-0 Edmonton. And that'll be a shorthanded goal for McDougall. Coming with 4 seconds left with the man advantage. And HC Edmonton opens the scoring. That's McDougall's 25th. And right back on the attack goes Edmonton's penalty's done, so 8.5 to go here in the first. And now HC Edmonton here on the forecheck. Puck's tied up along the boards. Carter Yavis trying to dig that one out. Stallions, not a lot of room there. Puck's turned over. Edmonton centers, nobody home. Now high off the glass, it gets through the defender. Not touched though, this will be icing. Woods trying to beat it out, and he will not be able to get there in time. Well, the faceoff comes back in the Calgary zone. That shot ripped high and wide of the net off the draw. Forster keeps it in. Reverses it along the boards. Chopped into the corner. Preston centers. One-timer is broken up. Now around behind the goal here once again. Ismail trying to work his way up the boards. He's stopped there, and finally Calgary's up with it. They'll get to their own line and just shovel one out to center. It's knocked down for Ryder Forster. Goes across through the middle. That's picked off, and Ranseth just ahead for Calgary. Morset gets it deep. Edmonton, puck's turned over at center. Jacob Gajos in by himself. 2 men back. Gajos steps a shot. It's grabbed onto and held on by Carter Wade. Probably his best test of the hockey game. Just the 3rd shot for the Stallions. 7:24 left in this first period. So Edmonton's been able to kill a couple power plays. Unable to capitalize on their man advantage so far, but do have a shorthanded goal to lead this one 1-0. It's McDougall from Forster and LeCelt. Now a big collision in the corner. Calgary trying to work the offensive. Here's in front of his great chance for McVeigh, but he's stopped. Nice little setup there. And right on the doorstep was Ben McVeigh. Wade got all of it, though. Now Edmonton's going to get a late change in here. Gajos set. They're short. Edmonton was short. Now McDougall over the boards. And we are set to get this one back underway here. Nope. Now the linesman going to blow it. Going to reset again. All right, puck is down. We're back underway. Gajos fanned on it. There's a quick shot by Marks. It's stopped by Wade. Puck towards the line. Good battle there to try to get it out. It ends up in the Edmonton bench and out of play as Jacob Paquette was in the middle of that. Bring that draw back to the left of Wade. Gajos trying to go, almost got right forward with that, but Edmonton picks it up, and look out, here they come. Paquette, all kinds of speed, left wing side, long shot, save by LUTZ, rebound. It's collected. Bouncing puck, though, a little bit there on Ben McBay, but he's able to get possession, rim it around, but not out. Rostad hangs in. Puck goes deep around behind the goal on the outside. LeCelt waiting for it. Doesn't get it. McDougall keeps it. Goes in. It's a chance, but that's overskated by Frostad. Gajos chopped at by Paquette, takes it away. Paquette stapled to the ball. The collision there, and finally the Stallions get it to the line. They'll sweep it out to center. McBay can't go any further. Good follow by Marks, but that's stopped by McDougall. 6:20 left here in the first. 1-0 HC Edmonton. LeCelt has it poked away. Gajos in there, trying to work wide on LeCelt. Ties him up neatly. On the outside, Marks takes a hard wrap by McDougall. Knocked off the puck. Gajos steals down low. Trying to fight off LeCelt again. Keeps pestering him. Gajos turns. Finally, he's poke checked away, and now some room for Edmonton. Bring it out to center, and it's just rifled in deep. 5:50 left here in the first. And now it's James Trigger. Loses the handle. Quick shot. Nice save by LUTZ. The 10th shot of the game keeps it at 1-0. He'll hang on to that, and a draw will come to his left. Calgary getting their defenders off here. Puck is down. Calgary's still changing. Puck comes around. Here's a chance now for Caden Ismail to get it out to the line. It's poked ahead. McIntosh looking for it, and it's flung in deep. And it's banked around towards the blue line and stopped there as they couldn't get it to Joe Sullivan. Sullivan waiting for it now. Good read there by Edmonton, and they'll keep it in. Goes on wide around behind the goal. Looking in front. Had a person set up there neatly for a one-time chance. Trying to feed it to Rylan Johnson, but just poked away. Now Frostad back to get it. 5 minutes to go here in the first. There's a lead pass. It skips through. It was not touched. This will be icing now against HC Edmonton. Nope, yep, it is icing. Let's see, some people don't agree. Now the officials will gather, see if this is going to be icing, or maybe they'll bring it out to center. Still discussing things out at center ice. And it looks like they are going to bring this out to center. So it was deflected on its way down the ice. So Edmonton's able to change here as well. Nice job there by the officials, making the call correct, and here they come. Johnson. We're in that one in deep. Voss in on the forward check, left wing side. Good forward check. Yavis wipes out the defender. Stallions though up with a puck to the line, not out. There's a long shot fought off by the goaltender LUTZ. Loose puck to the corner. Edmonton player gets knocked down. Good work on the outside here. They'll get it back to the line. Kept in neatly as HC Edmonton on the attack. Schmidt held that one in, got it around deep behind the goal. Chance to clear here for Calgary. That's turned by Hemsing to the line. Schmidt keeps it in again. Great pressure here. Johnson, finally Calgary's able to get it out. Lynch, he's ridden off though and turned right back to the Calgary blue line. 4 minutes to go in the first. Stallions have it. Look out. Trigger almost had poke check there. Good shift for Carter Yavis. And now Edmonton, 3:50 to go. There's a long lead pass, just knifed into the zone. Ismail there to pick that up. Threads it ahead for Taylor Morset. Goes across ice into the zone. Slater ramps at the trailer, doesn't get it. And now Edmonton in transition. Here comes JT Preston. Lead feed McDougall. Left side, looked at the net, lost the handle. It rolled down below the goal line where he's tied up. Preston in on the forecheck, scoops up the loose puck, comes out of the corner. Gliding towards the blue line, activates the defender, then turns it back in deep. But the Stallions have it. That's just played in. Wade will set it up. LeCelt circles the net on her backhand. Ahead, just chopped it forward, and McDougall with Preston. Lead feed. Preston gains the line. Snaps a wrister. That's stopped by Lutz. Rebound loose. Chopped towards the slot, and now finally cleared by the Stallions. Once just fluttered through neutral ice. Nobody home, and quickly back the other way. Preston will knife it in and start a change. 1-0 HC Edmonton leads. Puck's thrown through the middle. There's Cameron Slater. Curry boots at it. Paquette will get it in deep once again. Trigger. Puck stolen by Edmonton as a bad angle shot fought off by Lutz. Twisting and turning there down low now is Kerr. Back to the line, held in. Good job. Kerr not there though in the corner. Some time for Calgary. Around near side. Gajos trying to muscle it ahead. Morset gets it out. Gets wiped out though, does Morset. Good hit there. And Kerr back with it the other way. Quickly Edmonton with 2 to go in the frame. Into the zone, quick shot. Nice shoulder save there. Taking that one away from Jacob Paquette, Good battle by the Stallions. Finally up with that puck. Out to center ice. Now in deep. Puck's turned back. Here's a one-time blast that's ripped wide. Back to the line, held in by Calgary. Forster bounces it towards the goal with 1:25 to go in the frame. That puck's lifted high in the air by Calgary. They'll get it out to center. Chop back in, but Marks knocks it down, and Woods able to hook it ahead. Forster. That's banked in deep. This will go for icing here against Edmonton with 1:12 to go in this frame. And that draw will come in. HC Edmonton has it in their own zone. 1:05 to go in the first frame. Puck comes back to line. McVeigh hangs in. There's a long shot deflected on the way, knocked down. Good save there by Wade through traffic. Calgary on the attack again. That's flipped high over the net. Now Edmonton loses the handle once again. It's thrown towards the goal. Wade fights that one off. Good late push here by the Stallions. Now that puck thrown towards the top of the slot. That's broken up. Wood trying to find it. Can't do it. McDougall. He'll swing in behind the goal. Cuts right in front of his own net, gets away. Now Wood takes a swipe at it, can't find it. McDougall, 3-on-2, gains the blue line. Will drop it off, but Ryland Johnson had already turned towards the middle of the ice. It doesn't connect. Now McDougall trying to find it along the boards. 20 seconds to go here in the frame. McDougall will drop it, gets wiped out along the wall. And Johnson can't find a way, or McDougall, can't find a way to the front of the net. 10 seconds to go. LeCelt pinching down. Puck stays in the zone. McVeigh turns away from pressure, just rattling around the boards to the line. LeCelt keeps it in, but that'll do it. First frame comes to a close as the Calgary Stallions trail HC Edmonton 1-0 after one period. Pretty decent frame though. Took a little while for it to get going. A couple penalties either way. And Calgary hanging in there. Had a bit of a late push that period as well. We're going to talk with Cameron Slater here in a moment from the Stallions. Just waiting for him to get hooked up, get his thoughts on that first frame and what they need to do the rest of the way. Only down by 1. Obviously here so far, it's been a tight game. Some good chances there late by Calgary. And the one goal, McDougall's 25th from Frostad and LeCelt, shorthanded at 11:18, is where we sit through 20. And now Cameron's got the microphone and is getting set up here at center ice. Cameron, I guess first off, what did you think of that first period? Pretty tight out there.
It wasn't great. I think we came out a little bit flat. And, they're throwing the body and we're not receiving it very well, so we just got to get our feet under us.
Their forecheck's pretty aggressive, hey? Do you find?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they're hard.
What about? I mean, you're only down 1-0. You're right in this game. A little bit of a late push there as well. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll come back the second period a lot harder, but tough game yesterday. You know, a lot of us are sick, myself, and so we just got to get our legs under us and get buzzing.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, best of luck the rest of the way. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
There you go, Cameron Slater. And yeah, these aren't fun when you're not feeling good, and obviously when you get in that dressing room, that kind of travels around a little bit as well. So 1-0, the HC Edmonton club leading the Calgary Stallions, and I thought, Calgary, a bit of a late push there. I thought, offered pretty good, and we'll see if they can kind of continue that and get themselves a little bit, or at least even this one up and hang in with this HC Edmonton club. All right, so 1-0 HC Edmonton after 20 minutes. It's a JPHL Showcase weekend.
Thanks very much for joining us. Obviously, I'm sure you're getting a lot of congratulations from people on the retirement, but congratulations here from Edmonton, where, of course, you called games in the National Hockey League, but you most recently were calling in the World Juniors, and maybe that's where we'll start. And Canada had a disappointing finish. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with that, but I find the reaction sometimes a little bit much. It's fine to be disappointed, but people sometimes fail to realize that there's not every year is spectacular. There are down years for an age group, for organizations, countries, and sometimes a team just has an off tournament. What was your reaction, I guess, to Canada losing in the quarterfinal?
Well, let's take that one step further, Dean, and you're correct in what you just said. But there's also other countries that are getting better. And there's other countries with very, very good hockey players. Sweden was a very good team. U.S. was a very good team. Czechia went to the final last year, and they wanted to medal again. Slovakia had a very good team there. They had 10 players on that team that were there for the third World Junior. So when you put it all into context, you're right. You're not going to win every year. And some years you have teams that are very good, and other years you have teams that it's younger players, and next year is going to be our year. And from what I understand, next year's group is very, very good. And when the tournament returns to Ottawa, Canada will again be a favorite. And yes, everybody's disappointed. Canada, and that's the way it should be. Canada goes to every tournament expecting to play for a medal and probably a gold medal. But as we've seen in the past, and we saw again here recently, it doesn't happen. And a strange game. They get behind 2-0, and then the winning goal comes so late in the game, they don't even have a chance to get back and a couple of minutes at least to try and find the equalizer on just a strange bounce. So, those things do happen.
Yeah, it's and you I think you nailed it as far as other countries. I mean, Czechia medaling 2 years in a row is, for them, that's Canada would say, oh, whatever. But for Czechia, that is massive. And I think that was a big one. And then, of course, the gold medal game was, I think, a marketer's dream for that tournament. You have the host country against a world powerhouse in everything they seem to do in the U.S. It didn't end that way, so it was a dream matchup, nightmare finish. But for the marketing and the overall tournament, you wanted Sweden in the gold medal game. They just didn't have enough against what we're talking about now is a powerhouse age group for the U.S.
You feel for Sweden because when you look back at this tournament over the years, they always had this great run in the preliminary round. I think there were 54 straight wins at one point in time. Before they finally lost a game, and they had some great comebacks through all of that. And yet they have not medaled and as much as that record would indicate. and it was important to get them to the final, no doubt. And you kind of, and I mean, the best team won. I don't think there's any question about that. But you would have liked to have seen, for the fans and for Sweden, for the country of Sweden, for them to find a way to maybe come up with a win and pick up the gold medal. It was a rough year in waste for Sweden. They got dumped by Latvia at the World Championship, which was a surprise. And, and now they get to the final and can't finish it. But the team, the best team, I think, won the tournament. I didn't see much of Sweden because I was over on Team USA's side. But Team USA was a very, very good team. They're talented, they're patient, they're confident. Their defense is so mobile. Their goaltending was good. And when all was said and done, the best team came up with the gold medal.
Yeah, if Canadian fans are feeling bad about losing in the quarters, you just mentioned Sweden is having a really tough international year, and the U.S. are on top in a lot of things. And it goes back to some age groups are just better than others. And goes back to the draft. Not every first overall pick is on equal footing. So I think a lot of it is, it does go in waves. And you talk about Canada losing in the quarters this year. Well, they could easily bounce back with a younger age group next year. And then we'll see what happens for a team like Czechia. I mean, for them to reach the medal round again and defeat Canada, this goes back to the last time where they won back-to-back golds. There are some people that are saying, well, it's Czechia winning a medal without Russia. I'll admit Russia adds a dynamic to this tournament, but that shouldn't take away from what Czechia has accomplished in this tournament. They beat Canada. They didn't have to worry about Russia. They beat a powerhouse in this tournament and medaled, and I think that's worth celebrating for that country.
What's happening with these countries, Dean, like Czechia, like Slovakia? We're seeing it with Switzerland. Even the group, the next year's group of the Swiss players is supposed to be very good. So their goal this year was to stay in the main group, to allow this young group that's coming up to compete at this level. What's happening with some of these countries? They're gaining their confidence. They're starting to believe that we can play with Canada. We can play with Team USA. Czechia took Team USA to a 7-round shootout. That was the only blemish on Team USA's record, was the one game where they picked up 2 points instead of a clean 3 points because the game didn't end in regulation. So Czechia showed in the tournament that they were a very good team. They were a big team. They took the puck to the net. They did a lot of good things. But these countries are gaining more and more confidence every year when it comes to the World Junior.
What does the World Junior mean for you as far as, the different things and the many things that you've been able to accomplish in your career? How special was it to end on such a prestigious tournament?
Well, it's interesting because back when there was a labor dispute in 2012, 13, it was a late decision when they realized just in early December, okay, this is not going to get settled by the time the World Junior rolls around. If it does get settled, it's going to be into the new year. So they sent Shane Knighty and I to Ufa, Russia, to do radio, TSN radio. And that was Paul Graham saying, hey, you guys, looks like the NHL is not happening. Do you guys want to go? We said, absolutely. And away we went. And then on the way back, we fly to Frankfurt and we turn our phones on at the Frankfurt airport and find out that the NHL has settled and we're going back to work in the NHL when we get back. So that's where the whole thing kind of started. And then it evolved to the point where Paul Graham thought, I'm going to check and see whether the Winnipeg Jets are okay with it, whether Dennis is okay with it, because they thought, okay, we need a second crew. They were expanding their coverage, and Craig Button and I, Laura Dyken, Dave Reed, we all kind of came on the scene as the second crew that handled the other pool, the non-Canadian pool. And it kind of morphed from there. It morphed from there into a World Championships. It morphed into every World Junior after that. This was my 11th, this last one. And as we see there, the presentation that happened between the second and third period of that final game. So whether it was the Winnipeg Jets in the NHL whether it was the World Championship, and the World Championship couldn't have ended better. We were in Finland, Brian Engblom and I, who was actually, as it turns out, Brian Engblom was my first analyst in Winnipeg. So it's funny how things go full circle. And then we had to go to Riga, Latvia for the quarterfinals. And what a finish. I mean, it was Sweden and Riga. The atmosphere in the building, the atmosphere outside the building was electric. And what a way to finish the World Championship part. I'll backtrack a little bit. The final game was against the Seattle Kraken in the NHL with the Winnipeg Jets. I spent 4 years working in Seattle with the Seattle Thunderbirds. So there was that tie-in. And then, of course, it ended at the World Junior Championship. So I kind of did the retirement thing in steps, but the World Junior was always special. I mean, to see these young players and then watch them as they come into the National Hockey League and to see some of the countries that have the stars, and we see it more with Canada and the U.S. now, the younger players are making it. But there was players that were, 3-4 World Junior Championships, and then to see them move on from that to the National Hockey League. So I love the game. I love the tournament, and it'll always be special.
All right, welcome back to the Hasco Arena here at the Silent Ice Center as we get set for the second period of this U15 division game between HC Edmonton and the Calgary Stallions. Edmonton leading 1-0 through 20 minutes. A shorthanded goal by Brock McDougall on the shorthanded, his 25th of the year from Forster and LeKelt at 11:18. The lone marker of that period. Shots on goal, Edmonton outshot Calgary 14-6. Power plays, Edmonton 0 for 1. Calgary 0 for 2 with the advantage. Now we get the teams back to the ice here, ready to get this next frame underway. Thought Calgary had a bit of a late push, and you heard Cameron Slater there after that period, kind of talking about a bit of a flu bug going through the Calgary team here, and that's this time of year. Hopefully, it doesn't affect them too much as they continue this weekend. A tough 2-1 loss yesterday to Lloydminster. They have the Titans on the horizon as well. Edmonton coming off a 4-2 victory over the Titans. They'll get Lloydminster tomorrow. As it'll be Calgary from right to left, just about ready to resume action here. Gagos on the draw, McVeigh and Marks with him for the Stallions. And it'll be Hughes with Carter Yavis and Preston up front. As we are set and ready to go to start period number 2. Draws down and Edmonton will control. And Frostad goes out to center. It's broken up now. Stolen Yavis dances around one Stallion, dishes off. Here's a chance, a quick shot. That's stopped by LUTZ. They'll gather that in and hang on. As a quick setup there for Miller Hughes, who walked in. The Edmonton product. And now the draw to LUTZ's left. And the Stallions play it towards the line. Frostad going to keep it in as he advances down. Preston covers up for him. And now Frostad. Long shot that gets deflected high and wide of the goal. Marks with a chance to clear. Sweeps to the line, not out. There's another shot that's blocked. And that one stung in front. Puck still loose. As Declan Marks shaking his wrist. Back to the line. There's another long shot that gets through, and LUTZ got enough of that. Keep that one wide. Good pressure here by Edmonton in the early going down the Calgary zone. They come up with another puck. Batting shot fought off by LUTZ. Rebound Stallions. They'll hook it ahead. Can they get it out? Gagos to the line. Kept in. Frostad once again. Finally, Calgary is able to poke it out to center. And both teams will start changes here, I'm sure. Lead pass. Preston just chips that one in. Broken up by Hemsing. Back out to neutral ice. And the Stallions, Marks, gains the blue line. Little dipsy doodle will drop it there. Quick shot. Deflected. Not much on it, actually, from Ryland Wood. And quickly back the other way. That pass, though, is picked off by Oliver Difflamurray. And the puck ends up in that Edmonton bench and out of play. Draw will be deep in the Stallion zone. McDougall out there with Johnson and Voss up front. McDougall will take this draw against Max Ranthis. And McDougall wins it cleanly back. They'll set things up. Voss floats it in front. That's broken up. Bouncing puck. McDougall gloves it down, trying to work towards the front of the net. That's moved away. And the Stallions able to power it out of their own zone as Caden Ismail carries it out, gains the blue line, floats one on goal, and that's gathered up by Wade, and he'll hang on. Bit of a late arriving forecheck there from Taylor Morset. And he covers that one up and will have a draw in his zone. Now a loose puck is behind the play. As Calgary forechecker got wiped out. Puck gets back to the line. And that'll take Ismail back out to neutral. He'll swing it across. We're a minute 55 into the second period. 1-0 Edmonton leading. Morset. Poke check neatly though. Good play there by Markle. And now he'll get it in deep, but it's going to be offside here. Edmonton has to exit the zone, and they do. Now here comes that forecheck. Quickly off the wall by the Stallions, out and down. This will end up going for icing. No, it's not. It's waved off as Calgary had a change going on. A quick attacker in there is Ryland Wood. And now OHC Edmonton to center. That's stymied and back in the zone. Paquette, nice little chip into the Calgary end, but couldn't catch up with it. As now the Stallions will organize. Trying to find a way out of their own end. They'll play it high in the air. Goes over the glass and out of play. And they will not allow a Calgary change here on that one. The draw will come back inside. And that draw to the right of the Calgary netminder. And controlled by Yavis. Bumped off the pocket, sent in front. Oh, there's room there. Instead played in deep by Preston. Here's Hughes. Centers it in front. Yavis, quick shot, scores! Quick transition. And finishing that one off was Carter Yavis. It's 2-0 Edmonton. Hughes, nice little play to set it up. Preston held it in. And Edmonton has doubled their lead here. 2:53 into the second period. Now Yavis wins another draw. Preston trying to turn and get it deep. Bodied by Lynch. It's into the Calgary end. Rolled back through neutral ice. Frostad there. He'll knock that one free briefly, and now Calgary's able to get it in deep. And Edmonton is going to go the other way. Preston to center ice. Little chip and chase. Hughes in on the forecheck. Frostad waiting for it at the point. Doesn't get to him though, and here's Lynch. In with McIntosh. Has a trailer, instead it's in front for McIntosh. Preston stops that. Lynch, McIntosh, back to the line, held in. Trigger wants it, gets it, left point, bounces off his stick to his knees, sweeps it deep, stolen though by Edmonton. And out gallops McDougall. Poke check neatly though, Sullivan will turn. Sullivan with Lynch, lead pass, here's Lynch trying to bust in, can't get through. As neatly recovering there was Bozon. Now Edmonton, Bozon goes cross ice in his own zone. Voss through the middle, McDougall rolls that one in deep. Lutz tried to play it, was out of his reach though, and now that Edmonton forecheck gets established, but Calgary gets it out to center. Frostad trying to rip it back in, that's blocked by Slater. He'll turn it over though to McDougall. Right down Main Street, fires a shot into the right hand of Lutz, who just tosses it on the ice after the whistle. 4:18 here into the second frame, and Calgary still looking for their first shot of this second period. Excuse me, they do have one. And McDougall will lean in here on the draw with Jacob Gajos. A little bit of a delay. They're going to have a strap issue with a helmet. Ismail heads back, and over the boards is Oliver DeLaMurray. DeLaMurray trying to find the puck, and Morstead to the line. They'll get it out. Excuse me, that's Slater now. Voss turns it back in. Hemsing across. DeLaMurray behind his net. Nice feed. Slater crosses the blue line to center. Runs over his man there. It's broken up, though, by Edmonton. And then, another little shot there by Slater. Give McDougall a little bit of a wrap in the forehead. And now Voss trying to power around Slater, and does. Here's Voss in on goal. That's Slater. Voss celebrated his 15th birthday yesterday. McBee. Slater. Bodied hard by McDougall. This is a physical game here now. McDougall going behind his own goal, flipped it instead in front. Now it's reversed the other way. Marks fresh off the bench into the loose puck. Throws it into the corner. Takes the bump. McDougall looking for it there for Edmonton. 5:20 gone here, second period. McDougall stands up another Stallion, and finally out comes Edmonton. Johnson trying to go outside in on Trigger, gets through him. Johnson catches up on the goal line, circles the net on his forehand wraparound try. That's stopped by Lutz. Rebound loose. They bang away, and Lutz able to gobble that up and hang on with Voss on the doorstep. And now some pushing and some shoving and pleasantries in front of that goal. Mentioned Tav and Voss. Turned 15 yesterday. He, along with his teammate Jake Frostad, while sharing the January 12th birthday. Now get things set up to the right of the Stallion net. One back, hard win there by Edmonton to the line. They're going to try to hook that one in front. It's broken up. Calgary will bounce it off the boards. Too far, though, for Taylor Morset. Might be icing. It looks like it is tracking and will be icing here against the Stallions. So they'll bring that draw back into Calgary's end. Looks like they want this to Lutz's left. And it'll be Lucas Markle. A couple penalties in that first period for Markle. Schmidt behind him. One, though, by Calgary. And neatly there by Max Ranseth, and they'll just bat it off the wall and down. Not enough for icing this time. Forster. Trigger advances, trying to hold it in, and does. Morset behind the goal. Can't power through the defender that way, though. Still with it. Poked off his stick. Chance to clear. Paquette banks it off the wall. Curry will backtrack, and James Trigger circles his net. Trigger under pressure to the line, not out. Forster holds it in. Edmonton back to the forecheck here. Goes back to the line where it's held in. And this will be offside at the Calgary line. They'll blow that one dead with 6:33 gone. Both teams changing here. Fixing one of the helmets on a Calgary defender and got that all fixed up. Ismail again, he's had a couple issues with that strap. Puck pulled back by Edmonton. Rostad will rip it in deep. Goes off the end wall. It sits on the back of the goal where it's chopped around near side. Sullivan through the middle. Finds Lynch, but able just to one-hand it in deep as he was closed upon by a couple members of HC Edmonton. Now Frostad behind his net. Lynch right on him, as is Sullivan. Trying to turn that puck loose. Good forecheck here. McIntosh. Lynch. Back from McIntosh. That's interrupted, though. Poked to the line and just played out to center. And Sullivan. Ismail. Pressured by Hughes. Able to hook it ahead. Sullivan can't find it there. And it goes across where it's Bozon lifting it in deep. That'll bounce off the end wall once again here. Back in front. Quick shot off the outside of the bar by Preston. Preston. Carter Yavis. Back to the line, rolling puck. That's deflected a couple times as it bounces off the end wall. As Bozon just kind of drifted it on goal. Peels and changes. LeCelt over the boards. And quickly out, Sullivan. LeCelt pokes it away from him. To the line, not out. Preston looking for it. Kept in here by Calgary. Sullivan. Still not up with it. Now it's in front. Here's a chance. Quick shot. McIntosh save. And they score! McIntosh able to follow it up and poke it home. It's 2-1. The original shot was stopped, but Aiden McIntosh followed that loose puck. As goaltender Carter Wade couldn't find it. And McIntosh able to poke it home. Closes his gap back to 1. McIntosh's 13th of the year at 7:58. Curry. Look out. Lost the handle deep in his own zone. It's played back deep behind the goal. They'll try this side now for Wood. That's interrupted again. Good play there. Pinching down was Avery Tanner. Now loose puck's in front. Bouncing, they save by Lutz. Rebound. They bang away. They look for it. Still sitting loose. Voss has a chance. McBay trying to get it out as well. Finally dug free. McDougall fires. What a save by Lutz. Oh my. And now some commotion around that Calgary netminder. McIntosh frustrated, or excuse me, McDougall. But what a save by Lutz. .833 gone in this second period. Keeping this one at 2-1. Now both teams making some changes here. Markle and Ranseth on the draw. One by Markle for Schmidt. Right side corner. Staple to the wall. Comes Markle as well. That puck's frozen now. They try to bang it free. Markle just holding it against the skate of the Calgary defender. It seems like he's okay with that. And now it's dug free by Edmonton. Schmidt waiting for it at the point. Instead, twisting and turning is Kerr. Stapled to the wall, trying to fight that free, and does. Puck still sitting loose. Markle pokes at it. Calgary's up with it. Can they get it out to the line? Poked, but kept in neatly by Schmidt, as Slater couldn't muscle it out. Now it's ripped in front. That's blocked. Is Paquette trying to free his stick. Markle sidesteps. Loose puck. Schmidt activates. Keeps it in. Good forecheck here by Edmonton. Hemsing. Still can't get it out. Edmonton forechecker's lost his stick. Kerr comes to help. Hemsing another chance. He'll just lift it into the corner. Schmidt activates again. Throws it towards the front of the goal. LUTZ a save. Rebound. Loose. They fire. Oh, what a stop again by LUTZ recovering. Got that right pad down. As it looked like that empty cage was right there. Now the puck's turned over. Morissette steals. Morissette has some help coming. There's a shot ripped wide by Slater. Oh, wouldn't that have been a turn? Paquette. Curry slows him up. Approaching the midway point, second period. Ismail goes across. Long lead feed. Curry looking for McIntosh. Markle knocks that down neatly into the zone. Here comes Hughes. Can't advance onto it. Pretty good pace here in this middle frame. Calgary to line. Frostad. Able to hold it in. And now Edmonton will change. Ismail off the boards to the line. Just ripped right back in by Yavis. Out comes Calgary. Trying to get out of his zone. Zone to centers. Morissette can't get it deep though, and quickly back the other way is Preston across the blue line. Driving wide. JT Preston batting a shot off the outside of the post. Rebound fired at the net that didn't get through. Back in front. Little chip. That goes wide. Preston trying to get through Curry. Can't do it. Good job there by Curry standing up the forward. Now McIntosh in there helping out for Calgary. Puck comes back to the line where it's held in. There's a long shot off the post again. Out the other side, Morissette just drifts it off the wall to center. Steered back in. Calgary kind of hanging on here a little bit. Long change here. They need to get the puck out. They do float it right down the middle of the ice and on goal. So no icing. They're going to be able to get a change started here at least. Couple get off, but here comes Edmonton again. Voss stumbles as he gets across the blue line. Lost the handle. And Ismail just backhands it up the wall, but not out. Held in by Calgary or by Edmonton. Here's a chance. McDougall fires it. Stopped by LUTZ, and he will hang on as Gajos and McDougall come together. Pretty good pace here in the second period. 8:41 to go. Shots 26-10 in favor of HC Edmonton. And this draw will come to Lutz's left. McDougall leans in on this one. Faceoff won it. Ping balls right off the skate of Johnson, right to the goaltender, so they'll do this again. Faceoff back to line. There's a long shot that's stopped by LUTZ. Rebound, Voss. McDougall. Voss, stick lifted though. Puck to the line, LeKelt. Knocks it down, but able to get it out of our Calgary. Nice follow there. McBay able to sweep it in and into the zone. Sent across there by Marks. McDougall got a stick up high, fought through it though, no penalty. And then McBay got chopped at. They'll let that go as well, letting him play here. No, they're not. They're going to call that one on McDougall. Back official with the arm up. McDougall's being frustrated. He got caught with a high stick. It wasn't noticed, and he's pointing to his neck. And, you know, it wasn't egregious or anything, but it was a stick to the throat area. It was undetected, and then he turned around and two-handed slashed a Calgary player. And he is trying to get the officials' attention. The Edmonton bench as well. It was right by their bench, so everybody saw it. But referees on the far side trying to see through the pile of players obviously didn't detect it. So Calgary's going to get the power play down 2-1. Lynch set up to take the draw. Ismail and McIntosh on the points. McBay looking for it, along with Joe Sullivan. Sullivan's out of the pile. Rolls it around. McIntosh going to get there ahead of Yavis. Braces along the wall. Ismail comes to help. Gets the puck. Right back though for McIntosh. Along boards. Right side. Top of the circle. Drifts it towards the net. Misses. Lynch. Ismail. McIntosh gets a new stick from the bench. Puck's turned in deep. Overskated by an Edmonton player. And now McBay behind the net with Sullivan. Battle down low. HC Edmonton's up with it though. Schmidt will pitch a backhander off the window and down the ice. .7:20 to go here. Middle frame. And out weaves Lynch. Gets by the first two attackers. Gains the blue line. Cuts wide to the right. Dishes off there. Batting goal shot by Marks is deflected. McBay. Back up top. DeFlemurray kept it in briefly, but then is dumped out and down by Edmonton with 50 seconds left in the power play for Calgary. 2-1 Edmonton Edmonton leads, excuse me. Morset. Left side, Gajos cuts in, lots of room, snaps his shot, missed the net by a couple feet. Back to line, Marks will hold in, throws it across the blue. They're just able to keep it in. Nice play by Morset. Back in front, Slater snaps his shot, misses the net. Gajos corrals that off the end wall. DeFlemurray, long shot, that's neatly blocked. Pitched back to the line. DeFlemurray will pick it up at neutral ice with 20 to go in the McDougall minor. Morset, chip and chase. Goaltender Wade out to play it behind the goal on his forehand. Rolls that around. Marks will advance, gets through him though, and DeFlemurray able to hold it in. Prostad tried to turn and send it around. It's stolen though, pocket picked, and Calgary right back to the attack on the outside. DeFlemurray wants it, gets it, one times it. That's fought off by Wade. Penalty's done. McDougall racing back in. Calgary's 0 for 2. 0 for 3, excuse me. Now it's stolen again. Morset can't maneuver through to the line. Gets through DeFlemurray. He's flat-footed now. Look out. Kerr trying to get body position. Ties him up. Good follow by Slater, and he'll get that off the boards and out. Touch, so no icing. Wade out to collect it. Rims that one around. Gajos with Slater. Cycled back into the corner. Slater now. Trying to maneuver through the official. Got caught up in skates. Now Slater gets it again. Floats in front. One time. Oh, kick save. Not sure if the goaltender Wade saw it, but he got that right foot down. Trigger. Slater. Long shot. Wade the save. Rebound. Loose again. They whack away at it. Good pressure here by Calgary looking for the equalizer. Banked in behind the net. LeKelt. Poked away from her. Here's Voss. He'll lift it high in the air. Slater ready to glove that down. Hold it in. Banks to the corner. Right back for Talon Voss. He gets drilled in the corner. Calgary really applying the pressure here. There's a long shot ripped wide. Slater. Trigger at the line. Yep, pass gets there. Trigger bounces a shot off of front man, and it goes down the ice as Johnson dove in front of that. 4:50 to go. Now back the other way. McBee gets it across, just pulled in deep, and that'll be covered up and hung on to by Wade, but good pressure here by Calgary with 4:38 to go in this middle frame. Stallions win the draw. They'll get it back up top. It's banked in wide of the net. Wood gets to it. High in the air, stays in play. McBay around behind the net, bounces it again to the line. Kept in. Stallions all of a sudden with zone pressure. There's a quick shot that's ripped wide, and Forster will turn. Weaves by a couple forward checkers, sheds the stick check, and out comes Hughes. Gains the blue line. Back in front, Forster, that's poked away. Hughes golfs it towards the goal. It's broken up and some room here for for Ben McBay. And Wood will just cycle that in deep to change. McBay charges in after it. It's tied up. 4 minutes to go here in the period. Frees the puck. In swings McIntosh. DeFlemurray floats one towards the net. Glove down by McBay's side of the net. Trying to poke it down towards the goal and get a stick on it. Back up top. DeFlemurray. Again, another shot that's partially blocked. Here's a chance. Flips it ahead for Hughes. Did he touch it? No, but it's no icing. Hughes out of gas here will get there. Tie up with the defender. Markle, fresh off the bench. McIntosh beats him to it though, rims it around. McBay, can he poke it through the defender? No, kept in. DeFlemurray Gets it ahead. McVay will just backhand that out to neutral ice. Sullivan trying to track it down. Does steal. Sullivan looking for a trailer that's broken up. And then just swept in deep. McIntosh. Lynch over the boards will apply a forecheck. Blocks the lead pass. Hemsing hovering at the point. Puck doesn't get to him. It's now behind the Edmonton net. And just rifled out and down right on goal. And LUTZ will settle that down with 3 minutes to go in the second period. 2-1 HC Edmonton. Long shift here for Oliver Difflamurray. Sullivan lost the handle at his own line. Look out. Markle turns, attacks. Quick shot. LUTZ the save. Rebound. Knocked away. Lynch for the Stallions. Long stretch here without a whistle. Sullivan forechecking. Frostad back behind the goal. Reversed around near side. Can't get it out. Bozon along the boards. Calgary started to change. Lynch turns and rips it wide of the net. Continue that switch up here as Frostad has it. Trying to find the lane. That's picked off though by Trigger. Nice play at center. Fumbles the dump in though. Gets a second chance. Does get it across the line. Avoids a check. And now 4 Calgary Stallions all collide on Bozon. Is able to push the puck ahead into the Calgary zone. Ismail around behind the goal. Able to muscle it out to center. And now Tanner back to get it. And now Ismail. One hands it. And this will be called on the offside, or bring that draw outside the Edmonton end here. Or maybe a penalty. It is going to be too many men on the ice here for Calgary. And served here by Slater. So Edmonton's going to get a power play here. At 18-16, so the HC Edmonton club, their second power play of the game. They're 0 for 1. And Calgary wins the draw, gets it out to neutral ice. Forster will turn. Watched by McVay for Voss. Gets through Curry. Left corner. Voss drops it off. Back up top. Minute 25 left, second frame. Forster. Spinning. Good work here along the boards. McDougall still with it. Turns and shoots. It's blocked. Is right with him the whole way was Hanseth. Voss behind the net. Johnson tied up by Curry. In swings McDougall. Back to the point Schmidt. Walks the blue. Goes D to D. Wants the return. Gets it. Up there. McDougall wants it. Instead it's towards the net and LUTZ the save. He'll hang on with a minute to go in the second period. 2-1 HC Edmonton leads. Reminder, stay tuned. We got an under-17 division game coming up next. Calgary Rockies will face HC Edmonton. Edmonton wins the draw. Back for Jake Frostad. Walks the blue, dishes it back. It hops away from Preston. 47 seconds left in the period. It's tied up in the corner. Back for Frostad at the line, right side. Dishes. Here's a chance. Preston kicked out by LUTZ. That puck deflects over the net, into the netting, and out of play. 32.1 seconds left. The face-off in that Calgary end. Yavis wins it, and Calgary's able to get it out and down the ice. All the way to the goaltender, set up by Wade. See if Edmonton can get one last foray up the ice. Here they come. Left wing side, Yavis. He has the go-ahead goal here. Down low once again, 8 seconds to go. Send in front, that's blocked, ripped around. Yavis waiting for it. 4 seconds left. Yavis to the corner. Can they get a puck towards the front of the net? Now it's thrown towards the goal. LUTZ the save. Will cover it up on the whistle and hang on. And some jousting here at the end of the frame, but puck was covered up by the netminder. Colton LUTZ And that'll do it for this middle frame. 2-1 Edmonton leads. They'll carry 16 seconds of power play time into the middle frame. We are going to talk with Carter Yavis as the second goal here. As Edmonton's heading to the dressing room, so we'll have that for you in a second. So it was 1-0 Edmonton after one. McDougall's 25th. Yavis is 7th from Hughes and Preston at 2:53. And then Calgary's McIntosh with his 13th. Got it to 2-1, and that is where we stand now as Carter's just getting all hooked up. And ready to go here. Carter, just your thoughts here through 40 minutes. Pretty tight game so far.
Yeah. First period was really good. Into the second period, we got a little panicky and just started throwing pucks away until they finally scored.
Tell me about you especially, but your whole team. Your forecheck, really aggressive here, hey?
Yeah, it's just how we go. Or we got a fast team and just pressure their D-man, make them throw up pucks.
What about, take me through your goal.
Well, our guy came out the wall. Our play is to just put it behind the net. And our guy was really good with it, so he... Oh my God, what am I saying? Frick. I'm blank.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I know you've just been out long shifted at the end of the period. What do you guys need to do the rest of the way here to get the 2 points?
We just got to get pucks deep and make our forecheck really good to turn over pucks.
All right, Carter, thanks for this. Best of luck.
Thanks.
All right, there you go. There's Carter Yavis, his thoughts after this one. After the 40 minutes, his 7th of the season at 2:53. That second period made it 2-0. Calgary closed the gap to 2-1. We are through 40 minutes. It is 2-1 in favor of HC Edmonton. And we'll be back for the third period here in a few moments' time. It is a JPHL Showcase weekend here at the Silent Ice Center.
In 1970, you took a job as the play-by-play voice of the Flin Flon Bombers. Not many people in our country know where Flin Flon is, nor the legend of Flintibetty Floniton. I'm a Manitoba kid, so I know all about it, but what was the dream for you, and was that just the very beginning, and you couldn't believe somebody was paying you to talk about hockey?
Well, you always know once you get in, you know there's going to be a last game. But
Correct.
You never know if there's going to be a first game. That we don't know that. Now, again, I was born and raised in Manitoba, so to start my broadcasting career, finish my broadcasting career, a lot of stops in between, but to start it and finish it there is something as well. I had taken a radio course. Our instructor called us and said, Flin Flon has an opening. Would you be interested? I said, absolutely. And went up there and got the job. And part of the job description initially was not play-by-play. The newspaper, a gentleman by the name of Bruce Ketty who worked for the newspaper, traveled with the team. Therefore, it made more sense for him to do the play-by-play. And he did. And then one day in November, I think it was, he was under the weather. And I get a call about 4 o'clock saying, you're doing the game tonight. It was against the Brandon Wheat Kings. And then I did the game, and I think they realized, okay, we now have somebody on staff. Therefore, we don't need to pay somebody extra, or whatever the reason was. I didn't ask because it didn't matter to me. I was doing hockey play-by-play. And, the Flin Flon Bombers, they were legendary. And the Chuck Arnestons, the Gene Carrs, the Gary Howitts, the Blaine Stoutons, and I could go on and on and on. The Kenny Bairds. Patty Ginnell was the general manager and head coach, and they played this rough and tumble style of hockey that when they went on the road, everybody knew the Bombers are in town. There's going to be some zip to the game tonight. So great place to start. Loved every minute of it there. And that's why that's why that jersey presentation was so special, because that was my opening to do play-by-play, something that I wanted to do since I was a kid. My brother and I played ball hockey. I was the goaltender and the play-by-play guy, and there was 6 teams in the NHL. I knew pretty much all the players, and for the most part, the line combinations that didn't change very much back then. And that's kind of, so that's where it got started. But then to finally do it in front of a microphone with an audience listening, so that's where it started. And that's why Flin Flon will always be special. Same as, and I'll fast track here a little bit, same as Edmonton will always be special because that was my first NHL broadcast.
A lot of teams in that league had the Flin Flon flu when the Bombers would roll into town because Patty Janelle did not play an easy type of hockey at all. So who were your favorites when you were growing up? I fell in love with, because of Vin Scully, the greatest voice in baseball. He could have been, reading the back of a Kraft dinner box and I would have tuned in. And of course, I really love Bob Cole, but I would listen to Wheat King games on my radio as a kid and imagine it all. Where did your love of wanting to do it come from, and who did it come from?
Well, Lou Hill was the play-by-play gentleman for the Dauphin Kings when I was growing up. So that was there. And then we didn't get much hockey. We had Saturday night games, and even then it wasn't the whole game. And then Sunday night, they would be on CBC radio. There would be a radio game. But I would listen to CJGX Yorkton would come into where I was, just north of Dauphin. You could pick up other radio stations. Some cold nights you'd pick up some NHL games even a little bit. And I would listen. And, it always got my attention. I think radio and sports go together. And I think play-by-play back then, especially, not now, because we have it on our phones, you have it on your television sets, you have it on your computers, whatever the case may be. But we're talking 1970 and even before. So every time I got an opportunity to listen to somebody do play-by-play, I did. And I just thought on radio, play-by-play on radio, I thought was special. And I love the game of hockey, all the way back to when I was a kid, and kind of away it went from there.
Yeah.
But going forward, I mean, Danny Gallivan, Foster Hewitt did the 72 series. Bill Hewitt came on, and you always knew if Danny Gallivan was doing the game, it was from Montreal. If Bill Hewitt was doing the game, it was from Toronto. And then Bob Cole came along later, and I firmly believe that Bob Cole was the best there ever was. I just think he had this ability to know that something was happening before it happened. His ability to take the play from here to here to here was masterful, and I just think he was so good at what he did.
I think the one thing that Bob Cole did really well, that I also, from researching and reading about it, that Vin Scully did well, is they didn't steal the moment. They let the moment breathe. And you've seen video of Bob Cole holding off, his color person, color analyst. Vin Scully never really had one, but let the play breathe. Like the moment I fell in love with the LA Dodgers is Kirk Gibson's home run. Vin Scully gives us like 2.5 minutes of Nat sounds almost, maybe even more. And Bob Cole was great with that. They never made themselves bigger than the moment, but they always became bigger, almost as big as that moment with their iconic call. And I just thought they knew exactly what they had to do. And so many people think play-by-play is about filling time and filling words, and it is. But a lot of it is about letting the play tell itself. It's easier to do that on TV, but even through radio, the sound of the game, the sound of baseball is something I absolutely love on the radio. And then you can imagine it yourself as the play develops.
Well, you paint a picture for the listeners on radio. I mean, that's basically your job as the play-by-play person is to paint a picture for those who are listening. But at the same time, there's little things that come into it. You don't talk over, in Vin Scully's case, the crack of the bat on a home run. That has to be heard. Same as in hockey, if it goes off the crossbar. I mean, I know sometimes you can't pause because you don't know what's happening. But they were legendary. I mean, Vin Scully, I listened to him on an interview one time, and they asked him, and I can't remember what the exact question was, but it was should somebody be playing ahead of this guy? And Vince Scully simply said, I'm the play-by-play guy. My job is not to analyze. And that was Vince Scully. I mean, let alone the voice. I mean, I'm not sure there was a smoother voice in broadcasting than Vince Scully, but they knew how to entertain their audience. You mentioned that Vince Scully had games by himself, and we're talking 3 hours of baseball. And yet not once was the listener saying, I need to hear another voice. The listener saying, I'm bored with Vince Scully, because those legendary broadcasters just knew how to bring it.
I never thought I would ever do play-by-play, and the last few years I've absolutely fallen in love with it, and I'm constantly now watching others and trying to pick up and learn. What is some piece of advice maybe that somebody gave you or that you would give? I'm sure you've been asked a lot before. For a young play-by-play, there are some terrific young voices out there, or somebody that's thinking of, I'd like to give it a try. What is something that I always tell people? It's never as hard as you think it is. It's not easy by all means, but once you do it a little bit, you sort of figure out if you're going to be able to do it pretty quickly, and then you get the hang of it. But perfecting it, it's like anybody can do it. Not everybody can do it at that top level. What do you think is a good piece of advice for a young play-by-play person?
Well, basically, be able to connect what you see on the ice into what you're saying as quickly as possible and as accurately as possible. Don't try and jam too much in. You can't do play-by-play of absolutely everything that is happening. So that would be the advice early, would be know where the play is. Don't put yourself up here when the play is at center ice, because you're going to confuse the listener. The listener's going to think that something is about to happen, and really nothing is happening because the play is at center ice. So you have to be able to understand where the game is compared to the level where you are as a broadcaster, and then be able to follow the play. And as it gets closer, get the excitement in your voice as you go along. But this is I firmly believe this, and listen, be your own critic. You know what you want to sound like. You're the one who is responsible for what's coming out of your mouth, and you're going to have to answer to that. So I would I would tape a game. I would let it go for a couple, 3 weeks so that some of the intricacies of the game were out of my mind, and then I would listen. Can I follow the play? Do I know where the puck is? Do I know what's happening in the game? Don't forget to tell the score, because people don't listen as intently sometimes as we think they do. But then be my own critic. I didn't like how I said this. Why did I say that? I need to be smoother on this. I need to explain this better. I didn't explain exactly what happened on that penalty call. And so those are the little areas that we can all get better at by being our own critics. And I think that's a huge part of it.
All right, welcome back to the third period. Corey Graham here with you as we get set 2-1 game. Edmonton leading the Calgary Stallions. And at the end of that period, that big mix-up, Jake Frostad took a 2-minute minor for slashing. So it'll be 4-on-4 for 16 seconds to start this third frame. And then Calgary will go back to the power play for the third time. They're 0 for 3. Edmonton is 0 for 1, working, well, actually now 0 for 2, as this one did come to an end at the end of the second period. So they sit at 0 for 2. McDougall opened the scoring his 25th from Frostad and Lekelt. A shorthanded goal at 11:18 of the first made it 1-0 Edmonton. Yavis is 7th from Hughes, and Preston at 2:53 made it 2-0. Then McIntosh is 13th from Sullivan and Lynch at 7:58 is where we stand through 40 minutes. Shots on goal in that middle frame. Calgary was 6th. They have 12. Edmonton at 19. They have 33. So heavy advantage on the shot clock for HC Edmonton. But just a one-goal hockey game here. And we'll see what Calgary has here for the push in this third frame. Coming up after this one, we'll have a U17 division game, like I mentioned, between HC Edmonton and the Calgary Rockies. Teams that have played a fair amount this year. But we are set to go here for this third period. It'll be 4-on-4. Although HC Edmonton with just 3 skaters on the ice at this moment. As Grant Stevenson talking things over here with the referees. And make sure we're set to go here. Now they get the extra skater out. So 4-on-4 to start this third frame. It'll be McDougall and Lynch on the draw at center. With Lutz and Wade in net, we are set to go. Puck is down. We're back underway as Voss looks for it. Lynch, Voss steals. He'll attack right away. Right wing side, trying to dance into the zone. McIntosh forward playing defense here, set for the power play. And now that penalty being served by Slater ends, and the Stallions to the power play. McIntosh rims it in. Wade doesn't stop it. Sullivan lets it go as well. Can Lynch get there to hold it in? No. It's out to neutral ice. Curry. McIntosh. Nobody wanted that puck. Now back to Curry. Almost lost it again. Here's Voss with the steal. Curry knocks him down, and he'll take a penalty. As puck is touched on, and Curry's not exactly too happy with it, but not much doubt there. Stopped a shorthanded break for Callan Voss. And he'll head off for hooking, I believe, will be the call. Oh, they're going to call it tripping. So that'll do it for that short Calgary power play. So it'll be 4-on-4 for minute 21. And then, barring any other calls, Edmonton will have a short man advantage of their own. Yavis wins the draw back. Pitched across by Tanner. Preston banks it down the wall. Yavis pokes it to the corner. There's that forecheck. He'll tie up, trying to strip Ismail of the puck. Yavis stapled to the wall. Good battle here. And finally, Calgary's up with the puck. 4-on-4 action here. The feed just in behind his man there as Gadros can't find it. Goes all the way down. Oh, they're going to call icing here. It just floated across the line. No real race for that puck. But with a minute 4 gone here in the third, they'll bring that draw back in the Stallion zone. They're going to move it to the offensive right side for Edmonton. There's LeKelt, and Tanner will be on the blue line. Lucas Marco will take the draw. Stallions win it. The chance to lead it ahead. They do. Morset. Right wing side on LeKelt. Puts the shoulder down. Can't drive to the net, though. Lane neatly taken away there. Now Morset. Kelt ties him up along the wall. Morset trying to dig it free. And does, but it's swung around in the zone. Trigger advances to keep it into the corner. 2 Edmonton players there, and Morset's just flattened. Now long lead pass out to neutral ice. It's chipped ahead. Paquette trying to get through the D's. Not going to get body position. Ties up. The puck's in his skate. Stepped on it. Fell down. Puck's loose. Markle. 18 to go in the 4-on-4 to the line. Held in. And now I'm going to go for a skate, though. Is Forster back to his own blue line. Cross for Bozon. Right wing. Back to Forster. Left side, across the blue line, driving wide, still with it around behind the goal. Change, Voss is over the boards. Long shot, Marco, that's well wide of the net. Voss will corral that. Floats it in front, nobody home, and Calgary now killing a penalty will get it out and down. So HC Edmonton to their third power play, they are 0 for 2. Into the zone with 20 seconds left in the advantage. McDougall. Back to the point where Bozon was. Instead, it's in behind the net. Centered in front. And Lutz down. The puck still loose. It's poked around behind the net. McDougall digs that free as Voss was hovering again. McDougall lost the handle trying to cut off the boards. Dish to the line. It's kept in. Now a chance to clear for Calgary. McVeigh gets it out. Takes a hard bump from Bozon. And Bozon got the worst of that in front of the bench. Now Calgary just gets it out. Penalties are done. We're back to even strength. LeKelt. She tosses ahead. Stallions up with it, McBay. Marks joins in. It's just golfed away from him on the forecheck. Slater. Marks looking forward. It's away again. And now Edmonton leading here 2-1. Long pass goes off a skate all the way down the ice. This will be icing and is blown dead. With 3:17 gone here in this third period. And this draw coming to the right of the goaltender, Wade. Scramble draw. Stallions up with it on the outside here as Marks on back to the line for Curry. Curry, Marks, works top of the circle, floats it on goal. It's kicked away. Kept in. Slater, Marks. 2 HC players there, and McDougall's up with it towards the blue line. Out they come. Voss has some room. He'll charge out to center. 3-on-2 develops through the middle. That gets away from Johnson. Going to start a change. It's thrown to the front of the net. Calgary defends that, though, and they'll organize. 4 minutes gone here in the third. Pass knocked down, kept in. Floated across for Yavis, and behind him, follow here by Hughes, fresh off the bench, working Curry. Center kicked away. A quick shot by Yavis goes wide. Slater swung at it, kicked back to the point. Loose and grabbed again by Marks. Just backhands it off Frostad in deep. That'll allow Bozon to get it. Quick up to center. In deep. Handled and frozen there by Lutz. Now the faceoff comes to the right. Markle on it once again. Still a 2-1 game here. Markle pulls back, right point. Drop back again. Paquette keeps it in. Turns it over, though, down the wall, and out come the Stallions to center ice. Trigger gets all tied up and dumped hard. Stallions get it in deep. Wade out to stop it on his backhand. Takes a peek over his shoulder. And now here the other way. Markle has some room left side. Snaps a shot. It's fun off by Lutz. Got a blocker shoulder on that. Knock it over the glass and out of play with 4:56 gone here in the third period. Bring that draw to Lutz's right. It's been good. Allowed 2 on 37. Made some big stops for his hockey club. McDougall leans in here on the draw. Wins it, Forster. Scrambled, dig away at this puck, and it's finally out. And into the Edmonton zone, where it's collected and turned back is Ben Schmidt. Try the other way once again, goes to the right side. Through the middle, and here's Forster, lead feed Voss. Left wing side, trying to work Curry. Voss chopped down by Curry. Play continues here. Kind of lost an edge now, Voss. Oh, this time there'll be a penalty as Voss got hammered. He was on the ice, and that's Curry that got him. See if there's anything else going to come out of this. It is going to be Curry going off, and maybe more. Cross-checking is the call here against Curry. Give Edmonton back to the power play. So back-to-back penalties here for Curry. .537 with a fourth man advantage for HC Edmonton. Let's see if they can get a little bit of breathing room here. Up 2-1. Back to the line, held in. They're going to set it up. Schmidt for Forster. Back to Schmidt. Center of the blue, working to his right, swings it back for Forster. On his forehand, back to Schmidt. At the dot, quick shot. Nice save by Lutz. Reaches down and grabs that one. "15 seconds gone in the Curry minor. And they'll bring this draw to the left of the goaltender. And then McVeigh on the draw for Calgary to the line where it's held in. Now they'll set it up Forster. Crisscrosses with Schmidt. Long shot deflected wide. McDougall. Forster. Just holds the blue line. Schmidt. Backing towards the wall on the hash marks now. Left wing side towards the goal line. Johnson turns. Gets ridden off the puck though. Chance to clear here for the Stallions. They're not going to get it out. Second effort still tied up in skates. Minute 15 left in the power play here for HC Edmonton, leading 2-1. 6:25 gone, third period. Another player spilled. It comes back to line. Now we get a penalty coming here, and I think it's going to be against Edmonton. Back official's going to call this one. It'll be a cross-checking penalty. And let's see. That'll do it for this power play, as I believe it's going to be McDougall heading off. The captain being escorted to the penalty box. Second penalty of the game for him. So back to 4-on-4 for minute 7. And then Calgary will get their 5th power play. Edmonton, Bozon, left side. Yavis, little chip ahead. Here comes Preston, trying to hop through the D, gets leveled. Trigger, nice play defensively, and then has some words for JT Preston afterwards. Good play there defensively by James Trigger. Preston hopped right back up though. Now what do we have? Are we getting a penalty here against... I'm not sure what's going on here. They are getting a penalty. McDougall's going to get a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct from the penalty bench. And now they've taken it down. Is he getting a 10-minute misconduct? McDougall showing the captaincy to the official. Not going to matter. No, it's going to be a... Now his penalty is up to 3 minutes and 46 seconds left in it. The referee having none of it. That draw will come down now in the Edmonton zone, I do believe. No, they're going to leave it in the Calgary end. All right, then. Not often you see that. And what do we have here? Are we getting another one? Edmonton is all over this referee. And he's had enough. I don't know if this is going to be a 10-minute bench misconduct here. Do we have a 2-minute minor? Talking things over with that Edmonton bench. And it is going to be a 2-minute penalty to Preston. So a huge opportunity here now for Calgary. Be a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes here in 49. Actually, it'll be a 4-on-3 right now for 49 seconds. And then it'll be a 5-on-3 for almost... No, for the full 2 minutes. Math is evading me right now. Puck is bouncing. McIntosh looks for it. Nonetheless, Calgary, the 4-on-3 power play here. McIntosh, center of the blue line, down 2-1. High shot off the post. Rebound ricochets right to Yavis, and he will find a lane and float it down the ice. That one net to our broadcast right. Seen a lot of those posts getting worked out today. Edmonton hit 3 or 4 last period. This time McIntosh just wrung that one off hard. Now gets a lead feed across the blue line, settles it down the outside. 20 seconds to go in the 4-on-3. McIntosh. It's a cross. As Calgary sets things up. Ismail. Back the other side, into the corner. Down behind the goal. Calgary not getting much done. Chance to clear for Frostad. He's up with it and fires it high and down. Penalty is now done. It's a 5-on-3 for a minute 10. As Sullivan comes over the boards. Let's see here. Calgary down 2-1. Huge opportunity here in the third period. Out dances McIntosh across the blue line. Slows down. Cuts to the middle of the ice. Holds it with Marks now. McIntosh wheels back. Has the Calgary goal all the way across. There's a long high shot. Blocker to side from Trigger. The pinch down. Keeps it alive towards the goal line. Turns in the corner. Gets pinned to the wall. Puck dug free. Back to the point. Marks. With McIntosh. Marks dances. Quick shot. That's blocked. McIntosh. Loose puck. Pokes at it. Chance to clear for Edmonton. And they'll get it out and down. 30 to go in the 5-on-3. 9:25 gone third period. 2-1 HC Edmonton leads. Here comes Marks. It's Calgary Stallions Club looking for their first victory over this HC Edmonton team this year. Marks maneuvers in. Laquelle neatly stands him up. Lynch. 10 to go in the 5-on-3. There's a long shot deflected wide. McIntosh. Right side will hold in. Across. Preston's minor is done. He's back. Here's a shot. Scores! What a shot by Marks. Top shelf. And Declan Marks has tied it at 2. It's a power play goal. Still a minute 40 left in McDougall's, or excuse me, that was into McDougall's second penalty. So now we're all done with the penalties. I have Calgary unofficially at 1 for 6. That goal coming at 8:50. I'm going to sort this out. Linesmen are still not quite ready to drop this. Now, Morissette getting an explanation. And we're good to go. So 2-2 game here now. We get set for this stretch. And here's HC Edmonton ahead. Let's see if Calgary can advance. Slater gets it deep. Loose puck stolen. Yavis looking for it. Nice forecheck here by the Stallions. Yavis though. Chance to clear. That puck goes off a skate in deep. No icing right to LUTZ. And he will take no chances with Preston driving the front of that net hard. He takes a couple bumps here. This one, tempers are definitely boiling here in this one right now. 9:18 gone in the third. They're going to bring that draw to the left of LUTZ. Draw one by Edmonton. Voss trying to work the outside here along the boards. Rattles it behind the net. Back up top. And it's kept in here by Bozon. Centers it. No one home. Morissette will turn it. 3 Stallions trying to organize 3-on-3 through neutral ice though. And Slater just able to steer it deep. Good back pressure by Bozon. Break that one up. Now into the corner. Frostad pinned to the wall. Approaching the midway point here of this third period. Puck still in skates. Slater trying to dig it out and finally blown dead just as the puck starts to move. Bring that draw to the right of Wade. A good one here today. Calgary hanging in here. Just 3 shots in this third period, but they've evened the score. Edmonton wins the draw. Forster behind his net. Along the board, saucers it to center ice. It's in the skates of Paquette who gets dumped. And that allows Wood to get back. Little chip ahead. McBay was in behind the D. The puck doesn't get to him though. He'll chase it down. Wade out to sweep it away. Paquette Trying to tuck it through his legs. Good forecheck though. Calgary with some jump here now. Puck comes back to line. Ismail waiting for it. Back down the wall out of the reach of Wood. McBay behind the net. Kicks it free. Banks it back around again. Ismail from the point. Through traffic. That's knocked down. Chance to clear here for HC Edmonton all of a sudden on their heels. Here comes Paquette. Lead feed. That's broken up at the line. And now to cycle it in deep is just dumped in and goes over the glass and out of play. 9:23 to go to the third period. Tied at 2. It's a JPHL Showcase weekend from the Silent Ice Center.
We are taking you inside the game.
How did you find out about the trade?
Definitely a bit of a shock. I was actually on the golf course. Kyle Davidson actually phoned me, and it's kind of one of those moments where time stands still.
With those at the very top.
There's really only the one time where you know you did it and you got it right. As much as you think you know what winning the Stanley Cup is going to feel like, you have no idea.
Those on their way there.
Originally, I didn't really like hockey. I wanted to be the Zamboni driver. That changed over time. I just remember my parents taking me out to the outdoor rink in Irma and just kind of setting me out there to skate on my own, and eventually it just kind of became second nature.
And the people who really make a difference in hockey.
We're basically an elite high school hockey model. Our goal is to get coaches, players, all stakeholders involved in the game, from broadcasters, camera people, officials, absolutely everybody to that next level if we can.
Game Changers every Wednesday on Silent Ice TV, presented by For Vengeance Media.
All right, stretch drive here, 9:23 to go, third period, tied at 2. HC Edmonton, the Calgary Stallions here in this U15 division matchup. Yavis and McIntosh. Preston sweeps it back for LeCelt, D to D. Edmonton organizes, they'll knife it in deep. Diffla Murray back to get it. Ismail as well. Hughes gets knocked down. McIntosh wheels behind his net. Little chip ahead. Calgary gets it out. And here they come. Sullivan. Right side, binders on. Lost the handle though, couldn't get it in front. Now it comes across, but nobody wearing a white jersey in the area. And it's Yavis once again. Oh, drives around Trigger, puts that shoulder down, pucks it in front. Oh, the doorstep, what a save by Lutz. Trying to find it, and out comes Calgary. Oh, what a stop. It looked like Edmonton was going to be able to poke that one in. Goes on. Preston, 8.5 to go. Quickly in towards the goal, that's knocked away. Ismail behind the net. Stallions go along the board. They're not going to get it out that way, though. Kept in, tied up. Now a second effort. And it's poked to the blue line. Held in by Edmonton, though. Lutz will slow it down. Ismail, dangerous feed in front of his own net. Will bounce out to center. Bows on there. Pick that one up ahead of Marks and will flutter it back in deep. That's going to miss the net and be icing here with 7:59 to go in his third frame. Edmonton was going to start a change. They won't be allowed. Marks wants it on the left side here. So 7:59 to go, third period. And in behind the net for Edmonton. Stallions quickly, though. That forecheck going. McDougall to center. It's poked away from him, though. He'll backtrack. McDougall, right side. Deep into the zone on the goal. Lutz will kick it to the corner. Face 42 shots now. Battle in the corner. Dug out here by Calgary. Gajos trying to fight off some back pressure. Ooh. Sends that one into his bench and sends his coaches and trainers flying out of the way of that puck. Looks like everybody no worse for wear. Well, the draw down to the right of the goaltender. Markle. Paquette looking for it. Oh, he gets drilled in the corner. Good hit. Nope, they're going to say that. He got the elbow up a little bit. It's going to be a high stick call, so there's another power play for Edmonton. Trigger does not like it. They rarely do, but High stick is the call. So at 12-10, Edmonton will get their 5th power play. Or 12:40. 7:20 left. And on this draw, Paquette can't find it. Edmonton does have it back to the line. And it's fanned on there by Schmidt. He'll have to regroup at center. Forster. Schmidt. Own blue line, little push ahead, but missed his man there, and that's broken up. Calgary get it deep. Second, third effort, still can't get it out. Final, that one goes off a skate, stays in. And Hughes will turn it deep. Calgary, another clearing effort's knocked down. Look out, centered in front. Good stick to stop that. Can they get this one out? They do. Great effort there by Max Ranseth to get it out and down with 6:40 to go. Quickly, HC gets it back deep. And they're going to peel all 5 of the power play off. Some time for the Stallions here. And oh, that clearing effort's knocked down. Quick shot ripped wide. Yavis just dove in front of it to knock down that hard wrister. Kept his team in the offensive zone here. McDougall back up top. Minute to go in the power play across. Pass deflected. McIntosh. McIntosh sweeps it out. McDougall drills him and pulls him to the ice afterwards. And those two are going back and forth in front of the linesman. Steps in between. 2-2 game here, and these teams both want it. Preston, that stopped neatly by McIntosh. 30 seconds left in the trigger minor. Yavis. Now they come to center. Frostad rips it in. Ismail Preston right on him. Look out, Preston just avoided the check of Yavis. Chance to clear for Calgary. Goes off the skate of the defender. Tannerin gets out. And quickly ahead, Frostad. There's McBay. Ismail hard off the glass, and that'll get out as Edmonton's finish could change and almost caught with 20 men on the ice. And 5:15 left here in the third. Tied at 2. Here's McBay. Snaps the shot, fanned on it. LeKelt blocked it. Gets her stick back. Dug free. Sullivan trying to go to the point. That hits the skate of the official. Chance to clear. Here comes HC Edmonton. Power play's over. Preston offside at the line. And then he rolled that cheekily into the netminder. .459 left here. Markle on the draw. With Gajos, goes forward. Goes on there to get it deep with Voss. Lutz, look out. Pressured right away. Marks, Voss come together. Goes on waiting at the blue line. Pucks along the side wall. In behind the net now for Calgary. Ripped around. McBay not going to get there. Hops through the defender. Deflected. No icing. Now LeKelt and McBay. Race for that loose puck in behind the goal. LeKelt ties him up. Dug out. Here's a chance. Quick shot. Kick save by Wade. Loose puck. Marks in the corner. Curry trying to find an opening to open a lane. Can't do it. Marks rips it across. Gajos, I think he's surprised that got through the pile. Couldn't get a shot towards the net. Muscles around the outside. 4:10 to go here. Tied third period. Back up top. Cross Curry. Takes a peek. Crowd in front. Goes off the end wall. Doesn't get the bounce he wants. Gajos. Back to the blue line. With Curry now. Pivots. Will attack. Bounce it back for Curry. Quickly across. Back to Curry. Floats it off a glove of Voss. Backhander in front. Loose puck. They whack away. Goaltender's down. Still loose. Curry. Looked off the point. McBay pitches it for Marks behind the goal. Marks backhand in front. Oh, made it through, but couldn't find a Stallion stick. Turning. Gadgel snaps a shot through traffic. That's knocked down. Still loose. Calgary starting a defensive change here in the offensive zone. McBay lost the handle, takes him out to neutral ice. Hooks it back in, they can't touch it, it's offside, and then just drifted down wide of the goal. This will be icing here against HC Edmonton, and Preston had some time. Not going to get the change in, referee's over to make sure. Maybe does Edmonton use a timeout? They've been hemmed in here for a while. 2-2 game. LeKelt, Bozon. We got 6 skaters on the ice here. And that'll be it's Johnson going to the bench. So now Slater on the draw. Wins it, but splits his D. That'll get the change started for Edmonton. They get 3 off. Now Trigger will drop it in front of his own net. Gets the return, can't get it out. Preston knocks down Trigger, diving to sweep it out of the zone. And would have been offside. Schmidt just rolled it in, couldn't touch it. Stallions all of a sudden with a late push here. Looking for the go-ahead marker. Schmidt, Slater. Long lead pass deflects to center. Reaching for it there as Morset couldn't find it. Calgary D to D, Trigger lead pass. Deflected into the zone, Edmonton. Nice long out for Preston. Hopped his stick though, got stopped in the linesman skates. Preston able to get it deep. And now Hughes. Run over along the wall. Trigger got him. Back to the line that goes off the official. Kept in, down the goal line, rolls in front. Nobody home for Edmonton. Now Calgary on their heels will just dump it out and down. This will be icing against the Stallions. 2:05 to go in the third period. Does Calgary consider using a timeout here? Voss, McDougall. Calgary is going to call their timeout. So I'll give everybody a chance to catch their breath here. 2-2 game with 2:03. McDougall opened the scoring shorthanded in the first. Yavis made it 2-0 Edmonton early in the second frame. And then Calgary started chipping away. McIntosh in the second, 7:58. And then Marks on the power play at 8:50 is where we stand here. 2-2 game. And like I said, Edmonton's kind of owned this season series. They've won all 4, but games have been tight. First 2 were kind of lopsided in Edmonton's favor. 7-3, 7-1, but then 5-4, 5-3 last 2 games. Been tight. Here we are tight again. Tied at 2 with 2:05 to go in the third. It'll be Voss, McDougall, Johnson, Frostad, and Bozon for HC Edmonton. Slater with Ranset taking the draw. Morset out there as well up front for Calgary. Get everything settled down and set up. Team's looking for every inch they can get here on this draw. Feel the intensity here in this U15 matchup. McDougall to the corner. Trigger trying to get it there for the Stallions. We are under 2 minutes to go here in the third. Good forecheck by Edmonton. They're out of the pile with the puck on the outside. No lane back to Bozon though. He'll kept it. McDougall, high slot. High to blue line, excuse me. Frostad throws it on goal. That's stopped by Lutz. Rebound hooked in front. Doesn't make it through. Lutz tried to dive on it. Couldn't do it. Johnson behind the net. Scoops it back to the point. There's a long shot. Deflected. Doesn't make it on goal. Blocked. Bouncing still. Kept in HC Edmonton. 90 seconds to go here in the third. Stallions trying to dig that puck out in their own zone. Tied up in the boards. Referee's telling them to move it. Big scrum. Still. Puck finally dug out. McDougall towards the net. Swept away from him. Bozon can't keep it in. Frostad rips it from center. Minute 10 to go here. McIntosh. Lynch over the boards. McIntosh just skies that one out to allow the change to finish. Here comes Jake Frostad. Across the line. Snaps the shot. Lutz the save. And he will hang on to that. With a 1 minute exactly to go here in this third period. Face off to Lutz's left. He's been really good here today. 43 saves in this game to keep it at 2. Markle on the draw. And it's along the boards. Edmonton out with it. There's a shot through traffic. Lutz the save. Rebound to the corner. 50 to go. Forster keeps it in. High toss along the boards. They'll get it out to center. And it's in the Edmonton end. The puck banked out. Curry holds in, floats it towards the net, well wide. 35 to go. Calgary's McIntosh. Late push here. Forster scoops it away from him. Paquette able to roll it out to center ice. Here's a chance. Into the zone. There's a long shot blocker to side. Handled easily there off of the stick of Kason Kerr. Centers it in front. And there's a look. Still down the goaltender. LUTZ trying to find it. It's out of the pile. Calgary goes hard off the wall to the line. Was it deflected? No. This would be enough for icing. Not going to get there though, is it? Just across the line they wave it off. 7 seconds to go. This game's headed overtime. As Edmonton's just going to kill the rest of the clock. And we are tied at 2 through regulation here. Gets set for OT. And it's been a pretty exciting game here so far. Tied at 2. McDougall, Yavis for Edmonton. Marks and McIntosh have applied for Calgary. And as we get set for the extra frame here. As we'll see, Edmonton's got their 3 out. Voss, McDougall. They're going to switch ends here. Goaltender's got the length of the ice. Forster as well, the third Edmonton player with Voss and McDougall. It's going to be McIntosh, Lynch for Calgary, along with Cooper Curry. A 5-minute, 3-on-3 overtime here. Here's LUTZ, gets to his net. Teams are ready to go here, 3-on-3 overtime. McDougall and McIntosh, who pulls it back for Curry. Shots 48-18 in favor of HC Edmonton as Curry, launched by McDougall, all the way back in. McDougall just shoves him off the puck. Curry recovers. They'll tie up in the corner. Good battle. Lynch comes in to help out for the Stallions. And he'll pivot away from pressure. Now ahead for McIntosh. Puck's in his skates. Had to corral that. Slow it down. Back across. Now they organize Lynch. He'll gallop out to center. Down the left wing side. Picks up speed. Driving wide. Little shot that's stopped by Wade. McIntosh. Rebound. Can't find it. Back the other way. Forster. Into the zone. Snaps the shot. Kicked out by LUTZ. Curry. They'll tie up on the end wall here. 45 seconds gone in OT. McDougall wants it up high. Gets it center of the blue line. McDougall crisscrosses. Forster keeps it. Now cuts to his forehand. He's going to pivot back and rotate. Goes across for Forster. Voss trying to find a lane in front. Gets the puck along the boards. Cuts to the corner. Curry leans on him. McDougall behind the net. Oh, he had a man in front in Forster. McDougall watched by McIntosh. Those two have battled. Back up Forster. McDougall. They'll rotate back. Forster. On the outside here. Gets away from Lynch. McIntosh breaks it up. Now can Calgary get possession? They're going to need a change here as Edmonton starts one. There's a lead feed for McIntosh out of his reach. Frostad got on and he's the fresh one. 2 more Calgary players. Edmonton's going to get a change here in as well as everybody's fresh. Here comes HC Edmonton's Jake Frostad. 3:15 to go in overtime. Gains the blue line on the outside. Fires a shot stopped by LUTZ. And he will hang on. 50th shot of the hockey game for HC Edmonton. Draw to LUTZ is right. Yavis can't win it. Now Calgary's DeFlamari ahead. Gajos, the zone. Trying to work the outside. DeFlamari hovering. Gajos cycles it instead deep. Bounces away. Frostad almost lost the handle there to Sullivan. Frostad takes a peek. Reverses around for Preston. Yavis hovering at neutral. Preston has some room. Fires it across for Frostad. Just in behind him. He'll pick it up though off the wall. Gains the line. Here's a chance. Yavis walks right in. Steps the shot. Nice save again by LUTZ. And really didn't give Yavis much to shoot at. As both teams will make changes. Curry back over the boards with McIntosh and Marks. Paquette, Tanner, and Markle for Edmonton. Markle wins it back to the line. Gets the return. Stops up, goes up top. Shot through traffic, deflects wide. Not sure LUTZ saw it. Out of the side wall. Collision there. Puck's loose. Paquette's going to get to it behind the goal for Edmonton. On the outside here. To the corner. 2:15 to go. Frees it, but Marks takes it away. Here's a lead feed. McIntosh kicks it ahead. He's by himself here right now. McIntosh cuts the middle, trying to get away from a couple of stick checks. He's knocked down. Marks will follow it up. Back behind the goal, McIntosh. On his forehand now. Sets up behind the net. Marks gives him an option along the wall. There goes a man to the front of the goal. Turning in front, deflected. Oh, just wide. Good setup there for Curry. Frostad turns it over. They get it back, Markle. See, that's Tanner that turned it over. Markle has some room. He'll race out. Calgary gets one change. Markle gets by one man, snaps the shot, blocked away by LUTZ. Edmonton starts a change. Let's be careful here. Kept in by Hughes. McIntosh, 90 seconds to go in overtime here. Cross to the line. Schmidt's going to back it out to neutral ice. Allow everybody to set up here. Hughes, McDougall, right side into the zone. McDougall drags and fires. LUTZ to save. Hughes. McDougall. Behind the goal. Trying to find a lane. Schmidt pinches down. There's a shot. Oh, LUTZ got enough of it. Minute to go in OT. Back in front. Quick backhander. They score! Miller Hughes. Parked in front and buries it. Edmonton comes away. The 3-2 overtime victory. As Hughes alone in front, got enough of it to find a lane to bury it. And Edmonton outshoots Calgary 56-18. What a performance by Colton LUTZ in the Calgary net. Had some chances in overtime themselves, but unable to find a victory. They do get a point, of course, with an overtime loss, but good game here. And as the teams go through handshakes, get to our For Vengeance Media 3 stars of the hockey game. Third star,